Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Linda Howe. Let me introduce my teammates. We have Chris Thompson, Jeff Aidnick, Chris Wagner, Jason Vogel, Mike Long, Kelly Swayze, Vipin Arora, Dane Martin, Lance Wheeler, Taylor Rowett, Alton Thompson, and Robert Sullivan. We all sincerely welcome the entire Tomeco International Management and IT staff and all of our distinguished colleagues. We are very excited to be presenting to you the design and development of our plan for the networking portion of the Pico Play division and the Gargoyle product line. To ensure our success, we have designed and implemented this network with the greatest degree of efficiency and have thoroughly tested our results to be able to present you with the highest quality of technology for your company to utilize in its vision with the Gargoyle line. We have created a network design that meets or exceeds all project requirements, including hardware, software, and technologies needed to build and maintain the required system. Today you will be presented with a proof of concept within the test network design and have an ample amount of time at the end of the presentation to ask any questions you may have. Again, we thank you all very much for attending, and now may I introduce Mr. Chris Thompson.
Hi, I'm Chris Thompson. I'm going to go over the implementation plan. I'm going to explain it in as much detail as I can without losing anybody. And as she mentioned, certainly there will be opportunity for questions. So without waiting any longer, let's go ahead and talk about it. Initially, what we took from this was kind of a topography map of the departments and the groups in the company, so that we had an idea who needed what, how it needed to be done, and what they needed access to, what they needed the ability to use in terms of resources for the network. So just real quickly there you see it certainly trickles down from executives down to customer service, development, sales, and finally product support. As we move forward, go ahead. There were some requirements that we were asked to meet. Some of those requirements were Active Directory tree within the Tomeco forest, bringing up a VPN tunnel between the warehouse and the office. There's a separate warehouse from the office. I don't know how many of you, if any of you, have the information with you that we were given, but there needs to be at least 2 fault-tolerant DNS servers as well as DHCP servers. And we were asked to create a new IP scope with plenty of room for expansion as Christmas gets near and the demand for the product grows. We were also asked to create complex group policies and securities to keep everything secure. What we did first is to be able to lay this out, we just provided a little bit of a map, which I think you guys all have a copy of, to give you an idea of our thought processes, give you an opportunity to scribble on it a little bit, make notes, and that'll hopefully kind of tie this together as we move forward. Some of the needs that we saw right away was to run DNS on the domain controllers, to have separate DHCP servers so that no matter when those are handing out IP addresses, it keeps your domain controllers secure and private. We want to make sure there's a Windows Server Update server available. From that, we'll do all of our pushes for whether it's Microsoft updates, antivirus, new images anytime we bring a new machine up, deployment, any type of push that we would do either to a single client or multiple clients or out network wide. We also want to make sure that there are file servers there to maintain those resources, keep them stored, keep them secure. We did bring in and provide for a radius server so that as you're out, if you need access back into the network, we can do that for you with that. There are going to be 2 routers set up between, there'll be a router in the offices and a router in the warehouse that will connect the 2. There will be a secured VPN tunnel there between the 2, and then finally a need for backup and disaster recovery. To talk about the domain controllers, they obviously are going to have DNS on them. It's going to be integrated with Active Directory. They will also run a Win server on those domain controllers. And as per the specifications we were given, we did do this as a RAID 1 configuration. We'll go into a little bit more information about that here toward the end and some recommendations that we have, but for now that's what we've done. All of the servers on the domain do have statically assigned IP addresses, and in using Active Directory, we're keeping the resources available to anyone that needs them. The DHCP servers, as I mentioned before, are separate. There are two to provide both load balancing and fault tolerance. We chose a private IP range for you there, as you can see, of 1090.48.1 out to 1090.63.254. We did so using a subnet mask of the 255.128. The reason we did so is we were asked to bring a minimum of 16 networks available, but we wanted to make sure there was plenty of room for expansion. So in doing it this way, it gives us an opportunity to make sure that you have up to 32 networks available with about 126 clients on each network.